everyone, it's me Jenny and it's time for another anime review, amazingly. And today I will be talking about yet another Studio Ghibli, the ultimate classic, the most, I think, watched Japanese anime of all time. I think it's one of the top viewed anime films or animated films of all time, Spirited Away. If you haven't watched this, you should watch this, whether you're an anime fan or you're not an anime fan. If you only watch series, if you only watch animated films, if you like Disney, if you like good storytelling, you really should watch this. It is an exceptionally great film. The music in this is phenomenal. It is beautiful, beautiful artwork all the way through. It's got all of the sweetness and soul of a Disney, and yet is so much darker in other places without being too dark for children to enjoy. It is definitely something that adults can really watch and love equally. It's one of those ones that when you first start watching this, perhaps the first time you watch it, the first 20-30 minutes, it piles on new, interesting, bizarre ideas. Bizarre concepts where you're like, this is weird and it makes no sense, and what's up with that guy's head, that girl's head size, and what's up with that weird thing, it's kind of creepy, it's bizarre. And yet by the time you get 45 minutes, an hour into this film, every single time they throw something new at you, you just accept it, and it's got so many ideas packed in this film. It isn't a one-dimensional fairy story, it is a multi-dimensional, multi-impact story, and it's incredibly entertaining, it's very fun, it's beautiful to watch. Things like the train sequence feels like it's almost directly out of a dream. Every single time I watch it I get nostalgia, I get inspiration for the future. It's just beautiful. And the music and the way that scene is directed, it blows my mind every single time. And there's a lot of things in this film that, depending on how you choose to watch it, where you are emotionally in your life, how you're feeling, you will translate it differently each time you watch it. Particularly for me, again, the train sequence. Every time I watch that, I feel a different thing. And if you're really into searching for metaphors and extra meanings, you can work out the metaphors, you can look at the extraneous meanings, you can translate it in thousands and thousands of different ways. Several aspects of this film you can retranslate, and you can look at all of that sort of thing. But in the end, for me, you can also just look at how beautiful it is and get invested in the story and these characters and the mystery that's going on with this film, and I just find it endlessly fascinating. It's very Shinto-esque. It's very about each thing in the physical world has a spirit of its own. So plants have spirits, rivers have spirits, ponds have spirits, which you can tap into when you go into the spirit world. They each have a physical embodiment of that spirit. And that's kind of the premise for this, and it has a girl who comes from our world and goes into their world. And it's a very interesting story. If you like anime, you should watch it. If you haven't watched any anime, this is a great place to start because it's a really good bridge between Japanese style animation and American style animation. Like, this is the ultimate Studio Ghibli in my opinion. That's not to say that I don't love all of the other Studio Ghiblis, but this is the one I go to when I'm introducing people to anime. It's the first anime film that I watched all the way through. I watched clips, and I think I watched Princess Mononoke out of sequence, and then I watched Spirited Away, and this is what got me hooked on Studio Ghibli, and that made me much more open to Persona 4, which was the first anime series that I watched. So I can't recommend this enough. Please go watch it if you haven't seen it. I realise that most people who watch my anime reviews are already anime fans, but if there is one person who just randomly clicked on one of my videos, please go watch this film. It is fabulous, just amazing, and please watch it. Yeah, that's about it. If you like this review, if you didn't like this review, all those things, feel free to down comment and like, dislike, however you please. Next week, or in 2 weeks time, for my next anime review, I will actually be going back to anime series, I promise. I know I've been kind of being a bit lazy by reviewing just Studio Ghibli films that I just happen to have in my bookcase for the last few weeks. I just haven't had any time, but I am halfway through 2 series at the moment, so there'll either be an anime update or a full anime review in 2 weeks' time. I promise that I will have at least one of them finished so I can actually do a full review. And that's about it. I will see you guys all very soon. Yeah, bye guys.